now's the time when things are shifting. There's gonna be a new world order out there. And we've got to lead it.
True international depression.
You are fake news.
I am not suicidal.
We'll circle back with you directly. I can circle back. I'll circle back with you.
Do not come. Do not come.
I'm gonna come.
Hello and welcome to episode 306 of the Jeffrey and Brian Show. I'm Jeffrey.
I'm Brian.
There we go. And we're just two guys drinking some beers, talking what's going on. Of course, as soon as Brian hits the go live button, my 5-year-old daughter comes down the stairs.
Last week it was your wife, so.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it was an issue when I was living in Massachusetts. Like, we all shared a space, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you got a big old house now.
Yeah, I got an entire basement to myself, and she needed a banana popsicle, apparently.
Sounds more like a want than a need.
Yes. Well, it is the ones that I had as a kid, the double pops that you would break down the center.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, oh, yeah. And, it came in like the blue, yellow, red. You can get an all yellow bag now, which is awesome. You just like can get was it just yellow Starburst, is it, or something like that?
Okay.
Yeah. Everybody likes the banana flavoring. Let's be real. It's amazing, isn't it?
Yep.
Anyway, sorry about the distraction. Of course, she left the light on as she left. Not a big deal. I realized today when I came downstairs, I was 2.5 hours late to turn on the lamp for my plants.
Oh, yeah. I got to go on Amazon and buy a timer for mine. So.
Oh, dude, I got a Christmas tree timer for one set of lamps, and this other one I'm doing manually, and I keep forgetting. But
that's what's going on with ours. I'm like, they're getting forgotten about. They're either staying on for too long or not on at all. So.
I mean, I've set alarms on my phone before, but I've been getting good about it. But yeah, dude, go with the mechanical one that's wicked cheap. Don't get the digital thing that will reset if power goes out anyway.
Okay.
Yeah, the mechanical one will just kick it right back on. You know what I'm talking about, the pins we used to pick up and put down to turn your Christmas lights on. Yeah. I was surprised to find you can still get those. Anyway, I'm not sure if I mentioned it in the last couple of weeks, but I've been thinking it for a little while, how we haven't seen any of these climate activists lately. And I think I mentioned it.
Yeah, we've talked about it. Yeah.
This recently. We haven't seen any of these guys pretty much since those guys glued themselves to the, was it Porsche Explorer or something?
Yeah.
Well, now apparently some climate activists were in Spain and destroyed a 133-year-old painting in the name of climate activism.
Lock them up and throw away the key.
Yeah, this is not helping your argument. No one's like, oh, these guys are making good points. You know what I mean?
Right.
And let's be real, we all know the climate arguments. So being stupid's not gonna help us. You're just destroying history. I guess maybe that's supposed to be the poetry there. They're destroying history because we're destroying the future. But the Arctic ice just grew by like 100 million tons this past year or something like that.
Global warming.
Oh, obviously. Now, I definitely remember bringing this next thing up before. Remember when the king was talking about Canada and how it was stolen land and basically acknowledged that to be given back? Well, that never happened. A freaking British Columbia, British Columbia, right? BC.
Yep.
It gets Canada. A judge just signed some shit giving back a big giant plot of land to a native tribe because 200 years ago, these guys might have come and fished near here every summer.
Huh.
And I was like, oh my God, this is exactly what we were talking about.
Yep.
And I laughed because some of my liberal friends up north would be ecstatic about this, like so excited. And I'm
yeah.
And all I could think, like,
their land could be gone too.
Yeah. My pal Sean, I keep talking about him, like, Sean, it's like, you live in Plymouth, Massachusetts, the most famous Native Americans that had their land taken in our country,
Yeah.
Possibly the most famous Native American story in American history, unless maybe you count, was it a Roanoke? Is that the one that disappeared?
Yeah.
And Jamestown was the first colony, but didn't hear a ton about the natives in that one. We did with the Pilgrims in 1620, though. I mean, shoot, next month, in less than a month, actually, almost exactly a month, we're going to celebrate Thanksgiving,
Yep.
which when that comes around, we're going to have to explain to everyone what that is, because I know at least several years ago, our buddy, the repeat offender, just basically found out what it was. And he was so happy that we had a day we got together, had a big meal, and talked about what we're thankful for. Like,
Yeah.
oh man, if you knew the story behind that and the controversy behind Thanksgiving, it's worse than Columbus Day. All right. Oh, that Minnesota cop. Okay, I say that Minnesota cop. The chief of police there, and was in that Minnesota. Uh, was it Minneapolis? Was it the capital?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. The chief there, that was what that big beatdown went down that went viral, and everyone saw like 6 black dudes beating down a white guy in a parking lot,
Yep.
and they even knocked out a woman who was like, "Hey, don't kill the guy." She's been placed on leave for blaming everyone else. Even she blamed you and me for what happened.
Us. We weren't even there.
It was people sharing and talking about it that made it a big deal. It's like, no, it's the fact that this man almost got beaten to death and no one seems to give a shit, you know? But yeah, she's been placed on leave. She had her lawyer come out, a paid leave. So she's getting a paid vacation for this while the investigation's done. And her lawyer came out and ran his mouth and called everyone a bunch of assholes again. I was like, oh, lady, you are not helping yourself keep your job on this one, you know?
Right.
Oh. All right. Oh, the Fed got involved. The federal courts got involved again with Trump deploying National Guard. Yeah. How
Yep.
many times is it? How many times has this been?
A lot.
And Trump seems to win in the end every time, doesn't he?
Yep.
So why do they keep doing it?
To go against, try to go against Trump, you know?
So that they're just obstructionists. They're not trying to get anything done. They're just trying to stop anything from happening.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. So they tried to fight this in Portland, and the judge was like, "No, obviously." Right, what was it? First, they said you can mobilize the National Guard, but you can't deploy them. And it's like it's the same thing.
Yep.
Oh my criminy! And I wasn't sure where to put this next one, but we're gonna keep up on this one. So I figured I'd go into follow up, and we don't have basically just an immigration thing, but it looks now they're saying Liberia. Did you see this?
Oh,
No
you
idea.
forget. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I thought we didn't talk about the civil rights complaint or race first.
Yeah. Oh, well, yeah. Okay, sure.
That's
Sorry.
Portland.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. That was supposed to be an easy step 2 to have it because there's nowhere else to put this next one. Uh, Portland is getting hit with a civil rights complaint over their race first policies. We choose a race, and then within that race, we'll find the most qualified person. And like, you're not allowed to do that. That's like what we've passed every anti-discrimination law about. You know what I mean?
Well, what I think is hilarious about your article you started talking about a minute ago with Abreu Garcia is,
Hmm.
isn't Costa Rica the first country that Trump tried to send him to?
I would go to Costa Rica. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, and he's like, well, don't send me to Liberia. It's in a different continent. Blah
Yeah.
blah
He
blah
says he's
blah
afraid of being
blah.
he says he's afraid of being persecuted again. And it's
Oh,
like,
so
dude,
you
everyone on the
can't be
planet.
you can't be persecuted in every other country.
Well, I think what his big issue is
He's
these
just trying to
nations,
stall his deportation.
that too. But I think a big part of this is he's looking at if it's a war zone like Sudan, he doesn't want to go, or if it's a friendly nation to El Salvador, like Costa Rica, he doesn't want to be extradited back to sit in a jail cell in
No, he
Costa
said he'd
Rica.
prefer to go to Costa Rica because it's much closer to the conditions of his native El Salvador than Liberia, and which is an entirely separate hemisphere. I'm sure that's exactly what he said.
Oh my gravity!
So this is
I
probably
just
like the fourth or fifth country that we try to send him to, and everybody's out to persecute him.
Well, this is at least the third African country, right?
Yeah.
They talk about Chad, and then was it Senia?
I don't remember the name of the funky
Yeah.
country, but
Yeah, some tiny little country. We're
never
pretty
heard
good
of. We
about-
had to look it up.
Yeah, we're pretty good about this, but there's so
Well,
many
it's
tiny
hard.
countries.
It's hard with African nations because they rename themselves every 5 to 10 years.
I was just gonna say there's a revolution and it's a new country before you even realize it. Like for example, the Maldives, it hasn't been a country for like 20 years. But people
Right.
still talk about it like it is. Ah, dear God. All right. All right. Just this Abrego Garcia thing's blowing my mind. I don't know why the right isn't pushing this out there for everyone to see all the time. Like, see, this guy, all this due process happened,
Yeah.
and they're finding an excuse not to go anywhere on the planet. I'm afraid of being persecuted. What, you're not being persecuted here? All right. Dude, the Louvre got robbed
Yep.
while it was open.
Mm-hmm. It was
It was like
a Ocean's 11 heist.
that's exactly what I said to my wife. I was like, this is like an Ocean's movie or something. It's like they got the whole team coming in through like the second story window, dressing up like the custodial team.
Yep.
They
Got
made
away on motor scooters.
they're saying it's worth an estimated 102 million, the jewels they stole, but realistically, this stuff is priceless because it's
And uninsured.
yes. Well, how do you ensure priceless, right? Just so everyone understands, the jewels that were stolen were Napoleon's crown jewels and the jewelry he had for his wife.
So what do robbers do with those? It's not like you can take them to the pawn shop and sell them.
You're not pawning it, no, but you might find a wealthy collector who just wants to have it. So what happens with a lot of
But
this
he can't
Nazi
really do
memorabilia.
anything with them.
No, realistically, a team like this either had a buyer lined up before they even attempted this, or wanted them for themselves, And shoot, depending on how terrible people are, they could just tear these crowns and necklaces apart and sell the gems out of them, the diamonds and the rubies and such. But yeah, it was nuts. I couldn't believe this happened while they were open and while like people were walking in and out and doing stuff. Shocked I haven't seen this everywhere. You know what I mean? I've had to pay attention to see more stuff about this. Another illegal immigrant trucker killed some people in a car crash.
Yeah.
This time he was all jacked up on something apparently. Didn't say what, but I read once DWI and then I read DUI and then it also said under the influence of drugs. So I was like, oh well, all right. Whatever that means. But from what I'm seeing, this guy got his license in California too.
Nice.
Well, at what point can the federal government come in and arrest a governor or something for intentionally doing things counter to the American laws?
He's still there.
All right, that's what you just sent me.
Yeah.
I see.
Former governor of Virginia is speaking right now for the last Republican governor we had, Bob O'Donnell, who was brought up on federal charges.
Yeah, that sounds familiar. Didn't he get pardoned or something, or is he still
He
facing
got
charges?
thrown out, yeah, because the Supreme Court got involved and said that they couldn't do anything with the charges.
All right. But back on this, if the governor is intentionally setting laws in his state that are contrary to federal law, it might even cause gunfights, let's say, or combat between federal agents and citizens, or dear God, federal agents and local police.
Though we have in
What
here
happens
where
then?
Nancy Pelosi said that they should start arresting federal agents in California and charging them.
I'm not sure, but there's a bunch of stuff similar to that under civil strike.
Okay, because she did bring that up, and I'm like, Holy shit! That would be a huge problem if the states tried to do that. They would not like what Trump would bring down on them.
And that's the problem. Is I think these assholes are fucking LARPing, dude. They don't realize what's really happening, and they think that they're being the hero in a fucking video game. No. Did you see these whack jobs in California that attacked the fucking Coast Guard base?
No, I missed it.
Dude friggin' gets a U-Haul truck, puts it in front of the gate, right?
Oh,
Puts
oh, I did see that where they
they
took
gunned
it
it
out where
down.
they shot at it. They opened fire on the damn thing.
Yeah, well, and they had rifles. I mean, let's be real, rifle round, assuming the U-Haul truck was empty, it's gonna go right through that back door, through the front shell in the back, into the cab, through the driver, into the driver.
Yeah,
Let's be real, that range.
that's what should happen.
That's and the film. Did you see the other camera angles? They
No.
were they were dumbass kids standing what you would call downrange of the gunman. Like the truck was between them, and they watched this happen, and all they just stood there and recorded when the gunshots happened. Then you hear this one guy yelling, "I'm hit! I'm hit! I'm hit!" They come over.
Duh.
He definitely
What'd you
has
expect to happen?
he's got a bullet hole in his chest. He's okay. But one of his buddy goes, are they rubber bullets? I'm like, dude, it's a fucking military base. They're not using rubber
No,
bullets.
they're not using rubber bullets.
They're
Rubber
not
bullets aren't
balls.
issued to the
Yeah.
military.
They're not even for training purposes, right?
No.
Oh my God. It's just that they don't understand what they're doing and what any of this actually means. They think that they're the main character in a video game, and you just get a restart and get to try again. Oh, all right. Was it you or Guapo that shared this about the White House getting on Blue Sky?
I shared it.
You know anything about it?
He trolled them to death when he got on there, and they were losing their shit.
Well, I thought it was hilarious is because apparently at like the same time, as if they did it intentionally at the same time, White House, D DOJ, DHS, ICE, FBI, all got a Blue Sky account at the same exact
Oh,
time.
I'm sure it was planned that way.
Oh my God! It was
Because
great.
that when Musk bought X, they all moved the new Blue Sky to have their own little safe zone.
Yeah, and they left Facebook and Twitter for that.
I mean, I don't have a Blue Sky account, but I've heard some of the things that people say on there is
Oh,
utterly fucking ridiculous.
yeah, you would get kicked off anywhere else for doing it. JD Vance's account apparently got blocked as soon as it opened up because they thought it was fake. He had to verify, like he had to get on the phone with like Zuckerberg himself, be like, "Hey, what the fuck?"
Zuckerberg owns Blue Sky?
It's Meta, isn't it?
I didn't think it was.
I thought it was like Threads and all that other crap. Maybe not. Blue Sky. Oh, that might be the guy who did Virgin Mobile.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe you're right. Okay, he got on the phone with a different billionaire.
It's
You're the friend
owned
of.
by Jay Gerber has the
Oh,
largest shareholder.
okay.
Whoever the hell that is.
Ah, there's not a ton of billionaires, but most of them do live here in the States. So, I mean, actually, we'll get into a billionaire here in a little bit. But first, oh my God. I didn't know where to put this. Maybe I should have put it somewhere else, but the Civil War monument of Stonewall Jackson in Charlotte that was torn down.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see what they did with it?
They fucked it all up.
Yeah,
They
they like turned
beheaded
it.
They beheaded him.
They ripped the whole thing apart. That they told us they were going to put this shit in museums and preserve history, and they went and immediately destroyed it.
Some of them got melted down.
Yeah, and which makes me laugh because it's like you're destroying our history.
Oh, kind of like the White House?
With the East Wing. And I'm like, what the?
Yeah.
You tore down all the statues, destroying our history.
You got
And-
no room to talk about the East Wing.
Oh, and especially considering those statues have been standing there longer than the East Wing.
Yeah.
As I brought this up to you in a private message before, Pelosi and Sanders are both older than the East Wing.
That's hilarious.
So, I mean, it can't be that ancient, right?
Right.
But we'll definitely get into the renovations. All right, let's go. Oh, this is me first, isn't it? Uh, oh, one of the big children's hospitals around here. The guys who clean the windows dressed up like superheroes for the kids. I thought that was pretty cool. Having Spider-Man climbing the window outside as a little kid. You know what I
That's
mean?
cool. Oh yeah, that'd be cool.
Superman flying by as he cleans the window on the outside. And this surprised me a bit. Residents of West Virginia carry the least amount of debt in the country.
All right.
Well, next time you hear someone make fun of them country bumpkin hillbillies who got 3 teeth and dirt floors, remind them that technically speaking, they're more financially sound than everyone else, or at least statistically speaking,
Mm-hmm.
because they may not have much, but they don't owe anyone either.
Okay.
Well, it's an easy thing to overlook, forget about. It's like, oh, I got this $5 million mansion. It's like, yeah, but you owe $480 million. You know what I mean? Or yeah. All right. What's going on in Virginia?
Well, the Dems in Virginia don't want to be left out from all the other states that are trying to redistrict and get more House seats for their controlling party that they are. In this state, it'd be the Democrats. The problem here in Virginia is that we approved a bipartisan redistricting committee to take care of all this for us.
So there's already a process that they would have to get what new legislation to change or something.
Yeah, the state law requires um let's see here. Yeah, a new general yeah, it's a shit show. And how many more Democrat seats can they really get out of Virginia?
Maybe one, but here's the thing: is don't bother doing any of that, even wasting your time figuring it out until the Supreme Court comes down with their decision about what the rules are about setting districts too, right?
Yeah.
Because we're still waiting for that to finish up, aren't we?
Yeah, yeah, it's coming down. It's just a matter of time.
All right.
And that
Now,
may get rid of all the gerrymandering after that if the Supreme Court goes in the direction. And a lot of people don't understand what gerrymandering is either.
no, they
Where
genuinely
it came
don't.
from. It
Yeah,
was
why?
a offshoot of the civil rights movement to help balance out the scales of the people that got, screwed over before civil rights. So
Well, they had race-based districts, so they could be funny shapes to allow, like, oh, we're gonna make sure we get a black vote. But the problem is that goes directly against everyone is equal. Everyone is created equal.
yeah,
Instead, saying this group gets a special vote.
right.
You know, and to think about this, in order to have race-based districting, you have to have segregation, right?
Mm-hmm.
Unless you're going to draw individual dots on people's houses. All right. And tell me about how Obama is going to go endorse the Jew in Virginia.
Well, didn't he come out in the last presidential election and saying if you vote for a white person, you ain't black?
That Biden said, if you don't know if you're going to vote for me or Trump, then you
No,
ain't black.
Obama came out towards the end and said you got to vote for Kamala over Trump if you're black or else.
I remember him saying something like that, or how people were selling out their heritage. Is like, how
Yeah,
is making a
yeah.
decision that's best for you and your family, selling out your
Well,
heritage
all the polls saying Spanberger is going to win this by a landslide, but
over the black woman?
over the black woman. But the funny thing is the polls must be a whole lot closer in real life if Obama's
Oh,
coming to town
I don't
to
know what you've been
campaign.
seeing. I've been seeing tons of stuff coming out how early voting, the Republicans have showed up heavy,
I
like
know, I
huge.
know, I know. Ray and I both already early voted because we talked about it last night at the hockey game. We both went, and my wife went and early voted. I actually love doing the in-person early voting now. So
I wouldn't even know how to do that, honestly. But
Well, every state sets it up differently, but we just go to
for all I know, I
oh,
can't.
the elector's office, while they're open
Mm.
during the day, or sometimes they're even open on the weekends for a few times, and you just go in there, show your ID, and vote. And it's just like going to the polls on election day. The same machines there and everything. You get the same ballot.
Okay, well, maybe that's the problem because everywhere I've lived, the voting has been in like a high school or a doctor's office.
Well, this is at the elector's registrar's office during the week. You're not going to the actual same polling place. Everybody goes to the one central location for early voting.
I wouldn't know where that is either, honestly, because every time I've ever registered to vote, it's always been at the DMV.
I've never
What?
registered the DMV. I refuse to do that. I
Well,
register through the registrar's office, not the DMV.
when I move to a state, I change my license and register while I'm there. It's real easy, you know. You've been in Virginia a long time, though, haven't you?
Yep.
So yeah, I don't know. Looks like Winsome Sears might have a decent shot, especially
Well,
considering.
it looks like the attorney general is going to get reelected. Since of all the stuff that now I don't think it's in here either, but John Jones, the Democrat candidate running for attorney general,
It is. I'm a
is
civil strike third one down.
he's got a special counsel that's been appointed to look into his case now.
Yeah, well, that's what gets me is they're all upset about his reckless driving case. Like, oh, that should disqualify. I'm like, not saying shoot the other guy in the head instead of Hitler and Pol Pot, not murder children. That didn't bother you.
No, no.
But reckless driving is what should get us.
Yeah.
Oh, this is the Democrats for you. Nobody gave a shit about was it Cuomo that killed all those people? They only
in the nursing homes. He's
yeah, they
gonna be
they
the
only gave
mayor
a
of
shit
New
when
York City.
yeah, he only cared when he grabbed someone's ass. I gotta say though, I loved his excuse for why he was touching all these women. He's like, "I'm Italian. It's what we do." I'm like, "Oh, way to feed into a stereotype and admit you were wrong at the same time." You know? Uh, but jeez, what state was this? I can't remember what state. There was a census report that came out that was all fucked up. Washington Times put this out. Where is this? I don't even see. Why do they bury the headline?
They always do.
Oh, wait a minute. Maybe it's multiple states. The Census Bureau acknowledged that 6 states were undercounted in 2020 and 8 were overcounted.
I've
We're just
read too
supposed to
many
believe that was-
articles. I can't get into it anymore.
Yeah, right. The Heritage Foundation evaluated the impact of these errors and found the biggest winners in order were New York, Minnesota, Ohio, Massachusetts, Hawaii, Utah, Delaware, and Rhode Island. Biggest losers.
Those states all have a lot in common.
Biggest losers on this mistake: Florida, Texas, Tennessee, Illinois, Arkansas, and Mississippi.
Are you sensing a pattern here?
Yeah, it kind of looks like they intentionally overcounted Dem states and undercounted Republican states.
Yep.
And it was what was it, a 6-seat swing because of this.
That adds up.
It does, and this is why I keep telling the Democrats, Virginia won't listen to me. They got to drop this gerrymandering shit because if they kick this conflict off, the Democrats are going to lose horrifically. You know this, right?
Yep.
Everything they've already gerrymandered everything they can through the nose.
Yeah.
That they're not going to get an extra seat.
That's why I'm saying, like California. I mean, they're not going to get a whole lot more seats out of California.
Technically, there are seats to take, but like Massachusetts, Connecticut, Rhode Island.
They don't have
Vermont,
any Republican
Maine,
representatives.
all of New England doesn't have a single Republican representative.
Yeah.
You guys gonna go ahead and switch up your districts to get more Democrat seats? No, all that might happen is you accidentally put a Republican in office. And that's what I'm saying is that these guys got to stop doing this because it's only going to blow back on them. They don't have as many seats to pick up as they think they do.
Right.
I mean, how many did Texas went through, or is it still happening?
It got signed into law. I think it was 4 or 5 seats.
Yeah, there you go. Extra seats for the Republicans. I think the Democrats lost a seat or two, didn't they? too, didn't they?
Yeah, they had to.
Well, not necessarily. If the population went up, you get more congressional representation. Uh, yeah, and now right now, North Carolina is threatening to do the same thing. And it's hilarious. They said the latest salvo. All we're seeing is Democrats threatening to do this and then doing it. After Texas said, "Hey, we had an extra like 7 million people move into our state. We need to represent them." Personally, I think they could have waited for the next census, but there is no law saying they can't do that.
Nope. No,
Whereas these other,
that was um, a misconception by
a
everybody.
lot of people, yeah, and they just assumed that CNN knew what they were talking about, right?
Right, of course, because CNN's that's fair and balanced. That's where people went to go to get their news. Back in the day, they were the only 24-hour news network.
Yeah, yeah. When did C-SPAN show up?
Probably before CNN, but
Yeah, that's a little different though.
C-SPAN covers the government, not like news.
Yeah, it's the actual like Congress speaking. Like this is the most boring shit I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
All right, on to the renovations we were talking about.
All right.
Hillary Clinton talks so much shit.
Oh, that was
About-
hilarious.
about
And
Trump
you
destroying-
immediately, when I shared the article, was like, "Isn't she the one that stole everything that wasn't nailed down in the White House? It was my house, and everything in it is mine."
Yeah, it's not his house; it's our house. I'm like, you stole the flatware and the silverware.
She tried
They
to come
still-
back and say, "Oh, they were personal gifts from people for the White House while we were there." Yeah, raise the bullshit flag now, please.
Then where was the flatware that was there before your gifts showed up? Then
We got rid of it.
they still owe tens of thousands of dollars they refuse to pay back.
They're never gonna pay it.
Just stole it from the people, and and she's talking about they're saying that we're demolishing. Wait a minute.
History.
Oh, never mind. Yeah, demolishing history with all this shit, and it's like, first of all, we have two people in the legislation right now that are older than this part of the White House. Truman made changes to the White House, which was, believe it or not, the ones that Pelosi and Sanders were alive for. Truman. Okay. Obama put in a basketball court.
Yeah.
FDR put in I can't remember what. This is
John Kennedy
East
put
Wing-
in a swimming pool.
Oh, I think what FDR put in is what had the pool, but maybe he put in the East
Because
Wing.
JFK,
the pool's
there's
put in.
rumors going around that he would have, whenever Jackie was out of the White House, he'd have special people show up to go swimming with him in the pool naked.
Marilyn Monroe swimming with them naked.
Yep. But everybody's freaking about this White House deal, apparently, there's a good chance that the secret plans of the Presidential Emergency Operations Center has been leaked now because that was under the East Wing that's now been demolished.
I'm sure they have ways of keeping this stuff hush hush before they decide to tear this down.
Well,
But
I
I
mean,
got-
it's not going to be the same because I guarantee if Trump's going through all this, that's getting an upgrade too.
Yeah, it might even getting relocated just because.
Apparently,
Just be-
the
we have the
article I saw
chance.
said there was like multiple vaults they had to go through to get in it. It was basically designed to survive a direct
Yeah, I was gonna say-
nuclear attack.
Exactly, withstand a nuclear strike and continue operating as president of the United States.
Yeah.
But I got a good laugh at everyone flipping out how I can't. My food stamps are shutting off, and they building in a grand ballroom. Where'd this money come from? I'm like,
Private people are putting money into it. And
Yeah,
and they're just doing it so they can say they did it. They don't even care.
yeah. It's like you do realize this isn't tax dollars paying for this.
No.
Oh, well,
And then
it-
I was listening to a podcast there. Everybody's freaking out about how the historical commission hasn't gotten involved yet. And the guy in charge of it, who's a Trump guy now, said, "We don't get involved until after the demolition.
when it's too late to do shit about it.
And we can't do anything right now anyway because the government's shut down. Nobody's at work. Nobody's
Well,
here to look at the blueprints of this thing.
That's something Trump has brought up. He's like, well, the government shut down. Now I can go ahead and fire all of these people. I can collapse all of this shit down. There's no one to stop me. I'm like, all right. Exactly. There's no.
Except
hey, guys,
the judges.
Well, yeah, but hey, Democrats, you're all upset about the government being shut down, but we would have to have someone come in and inspect this shit before it was built if the government wasn't shut down.
Right.
So maybe you shouldn't keep it shut down. Did you see? Okay. The FBI released a new video. You see this shit about the J6 bomber?
I missed it.
Man, it's minutes long. I don't know if you want to play it or not. That's your call.
I mean,
I think it's definitely a woman. The FBI suggests probably a woman. They're offering $500,000 for information that leads to this person's arrest, the one who planted the 2 bombs, and you can see them do it. And this was like before 8 p.m. Like, wasn't even in the middle of the night.
okay. Well, let's just play a little bit of it.
Sure.
It was definitely. This was definitely to distract Capitol Police from stuff going on. So,
Make sure you share if you're gonna do that. Hey, why not? Why not? Is this? Well, how do we know this isn't a foreign agent trying to stir issues in the country at an election time?
yeah.
Oh, geez, Brian's showing off his emails or something.
And setting down their backpack, which is believed to contain one of the bombs at this time.
FBI's got good with their videos.
The suspect appears to put on a pair of glasses
AI.
and scan the area, standing on tiptoes.
I doubt that.
Keep watching.
Hey, what is that garbage?
Oh,
Oh my God! You had to click on that to not. All right, well, fuck that then, right?
That was fun. Okay.
But they show a map of like the whole area. This person walked around both buildings and in entirety first, to, like check for other people. He is hoping we find whoever was planting functional
Oh wait,
bombs.
I just had to click off the ads. I'm back.
All right,
Let
I'll
me
bring
see
that.
here.
But yeah, they line up. They show you the little path they walked. Like, holy shit. But when they bend down is what made me think it was a woman, because they bent at the hips and almost none in the knees.
I thought it was gonna be a little short.
I don't know. Oh boy. Now you're signing up for Marketplace News. Oh, there's the
Footage of
bomber.
Suspect on South.
If history has taught us
And a new commercial.
against the
How many commercials I had to get to watch this damn ad?
This was one that they put out there in the news article. You're supposed to be able to like see what's happening, right?
I never get to see what's happening because there's too many ads. I can't even fast forward through this damn ad.
Stand down.
Oh my God. Yeah, you can't even skip it.
No.
Kalshi. Trade on anything.
All right, I'm gonna go get Kalshi now.
So what's a new
Footage of
Robin
the
Hood?
suspect on South.
Yeah.
What the? That's all we get?
Yeah, barely. I'm done with this thing. I'm out.
That's
I
ridiculous.
gotta go
This is
sign
put
up
out-
for my. I gotta go sign up for my Kalshi account now.
This is a FBI's most wanted list, and we can't even see the video to figure out. The whole point is to put this person's image out there so we can find out who this person is and arrest them. Oh my God. Anyway, about Jay Jones again. Joy Behar assumed and put out there on The View that this person, the reckless driving case, didn't even realize the threats that were made. Assume that this was some Republican, because as the Democrats, I've noticed, it seems to always be a no true Scotsman fallacy with them. Fallacy. Like
They don't do anything wrong.
well, if they did this, then they're not actually a Scotsman, so therefore it's not a Scottish issue. You know what I mean? So it's like, well, I don't care if this person has voted Democrat their entire life, voted Democrats last time, had Democrat messages carved in their ammunition when they killed people. The fact that they did that means they're not a Democrat. And it's like, that's not a good argument on the political violence map,
Yeah.
Because, I mean, shit, you got white gang, black gang get into a freaking fight in a prison. And you're calling that far-right, white supremacist political violence. But the dude who goes, here's another Trump supporter pop, and killed him in the riots. Was it Daniel Jacobson or something like that? That didn't count as political violence, even though he said, here's a Trump supporter, and then killed him. Sorry, it's must not be a Democrat because Democrats don't do that.
Right, right. It wasn't a Democrat that shut up the congressional softball tournament, 20 years ago.
Was that 20 years ago?
I don't think it's quite that far ago, but it was a long time ago. And
was that Steve Scalise?
Yes.
That time? That was when he got paralyzed?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was a far left nut job. What about Rand Paul's next door neighbor who attacked him when he was cutting his grass?
Yep.
Oh my God. I saw this. You saw this. It was in the news for like a day, disappeared. What's going on with the hunting stand?
Yeah, well, down at Mar-a-Lago at the airport down there, the Secret Service discovered a hunting stand that put up that was in a sight line of where Air Force One sits.
Well, here's the crazy thing is, that runway was under construction for several months?
No.
Well, it was landing somewhere else for a while. That would give someone time to go build a tree stand because there's less security coming out here and looking for it. It might make it easy to slip in when they start landing in the same place again. But I hear people like, oh, it's for deer hunting. I'm like, next to the fucking airport?
How many deer hunting is happening in Miami-Dade County? Are there even deer there?
How many deer do you see next to a fucking where 747 lands?
So speaking of deer, I had to drive the brush truck on the Fort Eustis today, and I had this big old buck dart across me as I was driving down the main drag at Fort Eustis. This is one of the military bases in the area that does allow deer hunting, and now I know why, because there's actual deer with horns on that base. It probably was like a 6 to 8 point buck.
Rifle season opens up next month.
I mean, if I would have hit it, it wouldn't have done me too much damage. It would have ruined my day, but the bread wouldn't have got delivered quite as fast. But
no, rifle season opens up here next month.
But you're all ready for that.
Yeah, all but having a rifle. A deer hunting rifle, but my buddy will let me borrow his until I can get my own. I've already got the one I wanted picked out, but I don't want to just reach in my pocket and pull out $600 plus ammo,
I thought you were going to sell some gold.
I was going to. I sat on it. I was anticipating the shutdown lasting till after Thanksgiving because the Democrats want people to hurt on food.
It's a good chance it's happening.
I was thinking it would keep shooting up, and I checked gold and silver a couple days ago, and silver was down to like $47 from 55, and I was like, oh. but I got if this holds out, silver's going to shoot back up again, especially considering that.
We'll get to that shutdown here in a minute.
Yeah. Oh dear God. What's up with these crazy asshole protesters that don't know when the fuck to shut their mouths, dude? Like this,
they're getting all their information from TikTok.
Yeah, but you're a teacher, right? And you're like, oh, just remember, ICE agents aren't the only ones with guns.
I guarantee she still got her job in Los Angeles.
Maybe a lot of teachers lost their jobs over this No King protest thing. But shit. I don't know. Did you see the video? There's a video in this next article. I don't know if you saw it. There's a accountant guy was driving through a rural North Carolina or something up in Appalachia area. 55 miles an hour down this guy's road, slams the brakes, hits it in reverse, tries to tear down this guy's MAGA sign, right? Homeowner sees it on his ring cam and is like, what the fuck? Is this really happening? Walks out with his rifle. Dude fired off 2 fucking warning shots, which
Daily Mail, I can't find the video in here. I had 5 pop-up ads show up in 4 different parts of my screen.
Yeah,
so.
it's completely different on my phone than it is on this. But tears down this guy's MAGA sign. The guy comes out with his rifle, fires off 2 warning shots. And first thing I'm thinking is like, don't fire off warning shots. Don't ever do that.
It's illegal.
Yeah, for more than one reason. One, that bullet's coming back down. Okay, maybe he is somewhere like where I am, and I could fire around in the air and it's not going to hit anything or anybody.
Oh,
But nonetheless,
I think I found it.
you're still being aggressive with your firearm by firing it. Anyway, guy runs back to his car, and instead of like taking off, like, oh shit, dude points his freaking handgun through the sunroof and blindly fires at the guy, unloaded his magazine, and missed him by like 1.5 feet with one of the rounds. They had a refrigerator right next to him. Round went through the wall into his daughter's room. They see that shit? Yeah, try and tear down his sign. Oh, is tearing down his sign. There we go. My mistake.
It down.
Yeah, fuck this. Dude, you're driving through someone else's area and you're that driving while shooting out the sunroof, dude.
That's fucking bullshit. Is he gang? Is he a gang member?
He's an accountant.
He's in
He's
the
from a-
accountant.
He was from a different state too. He was like traveling through on his way on vacation or something. Freaking crazy. And his plate and everything's on there. This guy's probably fucked. Like, that's
He better
probably,
be.
he's probably going to go to prison for a very long time for this. And let's not forget to mention, I think he was coming from further south. I can't remember exactly where, and I don't feel like digging through these difficult articles that bury the news.
What state was this in?
This happened, I think, North Carolina. This guy came from, I think, further south and was
He
from
brought
the
his weapon
coast.
across state.
Brought his weapon across state lines, which he may have been allowed to, may not have been allowed to. I don't know. But I mean, it's illegal in all 50 states to fire from a moving vehicle,
Yeah.
let alone into a residence, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And this is what these people think is okay. And don't get me wrong, that guy should not have been firing warning shots. But let's be real, this guy had a handgun shooting through the sunroof. All that homeowner had to do was actually take aim with his rifle, and this would have been over, right?
Yep.
Just it blew my mind seeing this happened, and it just went nowhere. Nobody heard about it. Nobody saw it. Nobody's talking about
I
it.
didn't until you put it in the group, and shared it. So yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, it's amazing how the media can cover up
Confused.
shit when they feel like it.
Yeah. Oh, you better believe if it was a white guy and a black guy, and you know what I mean, or even if it was a Democrat's house.
It's got to fit the narrative.
Yeah, then it'd be all over the news. It'd be all we see about these evil, hateful people. Oh, here we go. Here's another one. Did you see the teaching aid in Illinois? You got
Yeah, I did see this one. Yep, yep.
flip the table at the TPU thing.
Bye-bye,
T-
teaching aid. You have no
Yeah.
job anymore.
Yeah, he got canned. Well, did you see him actually doing what he said? He said something like comparing himself to Jesus before he flipped the tables over. I'm like, dude, you are not Jesus, and you are not in the temple of God. You know?
Yeah.
He is not selling his wares instead of worshiping, okay? And that should let you know these people have no idea what they're talking about. They keep trying to invoke Christ
Yeah.
to get at your Christians and your conservatives. They have no idea what any of this stuff says or means. They'll take individual quotes,
Mhm.
and just ignore the entire broader message, like love thy neighbor, love thy neighbor. It's like, yeah, I can love you and still think you're a fucking asshole or watch you go to prison for being a criminal. I'm not gonna not turn you in for rape and murder because I love my neighbor,
Yeah.
Okay, so how many deans does a school have these days?
Every college, I mean, they're gonna have multiple if they got multiple schools under the university.
So each
Every-
college would have
every-
one.
Yeah, like if you got, the art department, the psychology department, each one of those
Oh.
departments will have their own deans.
Yeah, the law school, the med school.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Well, one of these deans at Harvard said he hates the police and he hopes Trump dies and that cops are racist and evil.
And he's in Harvard, so I bet he gets to keep his job.
Yeah, no, he's probably going to get a raise. And what's even crazier is I bet you within a month, something crazy happens to him out in town in the Boston area, and he's begging the police help. So, I mean, what they just had street races to the point they lit police cars on fire right in front of Fenway Park, didn't they?
Yeah.
And I don't know if people realize Boston's way smaller a city than anybody realizes.
If they listen to this show, they know because you brought it up many times.
Because you got it. Well, everyone, for whatever reason, pictures like New York City as, Boston. I'm like, no, it's tiny. Like Harvard itself isn't in Boston. It's outside of Boston in Cambridge. But if Boston was as big as New York, then I would have lived in Boston. And I was a good 20-minute drive south of the city, you know? But I'm not. Anyway. De Niro's running his mouth again.
I liked him
yeah.
as an actor back in the day, but now
See,
that he's
back in
got
the
the
day-
TDS, but he's got TDS now, and I don't care anymore.
Back in the day is the key there, dude. When was the last good movie you could think of?
The
like, good
Fuckers.
movie? You really put the Fockers as one of the De Niro's greatest hits that you suggest people watch over like Goodfellas.
Oh, that's older than the Fokker. So
It is. That's what I'm saying. Is like his funny stuff wasn't nearly as good as his mobster stuff. Was it? He was the one in Taxi Driver, wasn't he?
yeah,
Okay, come on. And Goodfellas. Was that the one with Leota thought he was being followed by the cops? Yeah, then De Niro ended up killing all of them so that he didn't get whacked or something.
yeah, something like that.
Yeah, I don't know. There's a whole bunch of them good movies, but like I don't know, Meet the Fockers and all
Different,
that.
but
They were-
that's a different genre. That's a comedy, you know. too,
yeah,
so.
and they were good. Don't get me wrong, but they were not on the caliber of De Niro's abilities as an actor.
Right. Well, he has no abilities now. He's got TDS, and Trump is in his brain 24 hours a day, 380 days a
Rent
year.
free. Well, and he went and ripped like all of rural America. He called all the flyover states a bunch of retards and inbreds.
Does he
Like,
forget that people
where your
in
food
those
comes
states
from.
go to the movies too,
yeah,
and
yeah.
they spend money on shit?
They make your food. Never fuck
care.
with the people that make your food, right?
They might spit in it.
That's what I love watching someone at a restaurant send the food back like the third time. Like,
I'm never doing that.
It's like, you're eating that? You're gonna eat what's coming out next?
If I've
No
got
one's
an issue with it, I'll tell the manager, just take it off my bill. I'm never sending it back.
Well, I might say, like, hey, can I get this cooked for an extra like minute and a half?
Yeah,
Never
yeah, but
it's
something simple
overcooked.
like that, yeah.
Yeah, not it's overcooked or the sauce isn't quite right. And this guy is just like, fuck all of you. You're all a bunch of fucking ignorant idiots. You all deserve to die. And it's like, what the hell is the matter with you, dude? Like, how are you this hateful over something that has, it's especially a man as wealthy as he, has not affected his life in the least bit
No, Trump has not affected him at all.
at all.
Not a bit.
And all the people that should be affected the most are the people that he's calling a bunch of fucking idiots because they're happy with what's happening. It's just, at some point, you have to take a step back and look at the entire situation and not just, if you can't say why you hate Trump other than because he's evil, well, why is he evil? Because he is. Like, that's, if you can't explain why, then maybe you have something in your head that you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You have to look past this shit.
I don't agree with everything that everybody says, but I'm like, it doesn't affect me personally most of the time, so I just let it go, you know? I don't freak out and like have a meltdown about it. There's no point in that.
I love how they're saying he's giving a $1 trillion tax cut to the wealthiest 1%. Like, that's because he cut taxes down for everybody. And the problem is the guy worth $100 billion owns 50 different companies that own each other. And each time the money changes hands, coming from the top down to the employees or through the company into the next company that owns another one to the employees, it gets taxed. So by reducing this tax, that means the billionaires get the reduced tax more because they're paying more tax. But these people are so fucking stupid, they have no idea. Well, I only got an extra $5 this check. He brought an extra 20 million. Well, he's employing 20 million people, you know?
Yeah.
If you actually did what you wanted and got rid of all these billionaires, half this country would lose their fucking jobs. And then their 401ks would explode because all the CEOs and everybody who's been running this stuff effectively just poof, were gone and didn't have control anymore. And this is what happened in South Africa when they took the farms from the white folks and just gave them to a bunch of randos. And the randos didn't realize you didn't just freaking do a rain dance to get food to grow.
No, you got to know a little bit of shit.
Yeah, these were like 600-year farming families. Why isn't food growing out of the ground? Because they were watering it on the right schedule. They planted it at the right time of year.
Fertilizing.
Yeah, they knew what they were doing. I think you shared this one about Jersey. No?
No, it's Daily Mail. It's got to be you. I don't do anything with Daily Mail.
Okay.
I can't do the pop-up ads on Daily Mail. It's just too annoying.
Oh, I know what you mean. When I do it on the computer, it drives me nuts. On my phone, I got one app that like congregates all the news.
Okay. Well, I mean, I got a couple of those too, but I would like to see these text messages and like to show them to people, even though we're an audio show, but I can't figure out where they're at because it's Daily Mail. I got an ad in the lower corner, I got an ad in the middle, and neither one of them was showing me text messages after the ad.
All right. Well,
that's my rant.
All right. Well, this text message chain went out from a bunch of dudes at a school board meet thing, right?
Yeah.
Excuse me. More than 100 parents of children, blah blah blah, are going nuts. But
this is just a school where people being stupid because they're thinking that everybody has the same, political ideology that they do because they're so in touch with society in their community.
Yeah. But
Trump almost won New Jersey, didn't he?
Yeah, it looks like he might. The Republicans are gaining more ground in there right now.
Well, the person they're putting up for governor is not a very good candidate. She went to Annapolis and she's got issues with her Annapolis career. So she was caught up in a cheating scandal, but she says she didn't cheat. She's just not a stitch.
Wow. Well, the name of this chat group was "This Bitch Needs to Die." She was the one woman on the school board, and they hated her for being a Republican to the point where they were actively plotting how to either discredit her, get her fired, or hurt her.
Yeah, that's not right.
And yeah, even the Democrat locals that your default Democrats, your normies,
right,
if you will, we're pissed. Like, this isn't what we do. And it's like, that's kind of what your party is doing, actually.
That is nowadays, but it didn't used to be that way.
Yeah, you need to take a step back and have a look at all the stuff that's going on because you're only hearing what people want you to hear for the most part.
Yep.
Oh, here we go. Department of Homeland Security did an investigation and confirmed what we already talked about, and very few people denied. But during that hurricane in North Carolina, FEMA refused aid to anyone with a Trump sign in their yard.
That's not how FEMA's supposed to work.
Well, then maybe it's a good thing it's been destroyed, right? Or
FEMA's been destroyed?
Not necessarily. It's been dismantled to the point where it's not what it was. But all this shit, like Dems calling everyone fucking Nazis, the worse than Hitler. And then you can show them like,
do you actually believe this guy's story?
Even if
He went and got
okay,
a Nazi symbol tattooed on his body when he was drunk in the Marine Corps.
the Stodekopf. It was from the Nazi death camps where they actually worked him to death and exterminated these Jews. He claimed he didn't know what it was when he got it done because he was in a foreign nation with his
He
Marine
was
unit.
drunk.
Yes, and a buddy of mine claims that he knew this guy in the Marines and he was in his unit. And I asked him if he was there when he got this Nazi tattoo. But he's claiming he didn't know what it meant, but then found out later, and then wore it for 20 more years.
Yeah, as soon as you find that shit out, you get it removed one way or another. Get a cover up.
And I love how all the news articles out there are like, "Oh, it resembles a Nazi symbol." It's like, no. It's not just a skull and crossbone. The thing has a gas mask. It's completely unique. This is uniquely Nazism. And the Democrats are running him for Senate in Maine. And no one seems to give a shit. No one cares this guy has a Nazi tattoo. You ever heard of Crystal Ball?
Yeah.
She said something like, I'd rather have someone with a Nazi tattoo who's not a Nazi than someone without a Nazi tattoo that is a Nazi. Like, how many people do you know that don't believe in Nazism go and get Nazi tattoos?
None.
Like, none. Like, your buddy and go like, oh, no, I just kind of like the way a tilted swastika looked. You know what I mean? Or the SS logo on his fucking collarbone.
Here, I got the X video of it, so let me share that.
Was this when he was at the bar or whatever?
Yeah,
playing
he's
pool or something?
wasted.
Did you read some of his old Reddit posts too?
No.
In his underpants in a bar. Just his underpants.
And what position's he running for?
First of all, what we're watching.
Senator with a giant Nazi tattoo on his chest that he's proudly
Run around the bar
singing,
naked.
singing "Wrecking Ball" by Miley Cyrus. What was that? Billy Ray Cyrus's kid.
Yeah.
Oh my God! And then he didn't get anything done to cover it up, removed anything until he got called out for it while running for office.
Right.
And I see.
So he didn't really care until shit hit the fan while he was trying to run for Senate.
Yeah. And then you see like people on The View were saying shit like, "Oh, well, you got to cover it up."
Not really.
Like, you got to cover it up that day.
Trump doesn't have any Nazi tattoos that I know of.
Yeah.
But he's a Nazi.
Yeah. Oh my God. It's just,
I don't, like you've said, Morty, many times over the years on this show, people are way overusing the term Nazi and they don't even know what it means anymore.
then an actual Nazi shows up and they're like, "Oh, I don't see the problem here. He agrees with our politics." Like, don't you see the problem here?
Right.
Shit. Look what's happening in Israel in general. And what the left has been doing. They're like, kill all the Jews. They're protesting at colleges. Kill the Jews. They're attacking Jews in colleges in the United States.
Yeah.
Calling them Nazis. It's like, did you take history? You're in college. Did you take a history class?
Supposed to.
Oh. Whew. All right. Well, another Democrat has come out and said that not all Trump supporters are racist, bigoted morons. And this seems to piss off his party.
I'm sure it does.
Yeah, Washington Democrat Adam Smith was on MSNBC's The Beat.
I don't know. I don't watch any MSNBC. So.
Neither do I. But he said they're not all racist, bigoted morons. Here we go. Not all racism, bigoted morons is the title. Democrat rep stuns with his take on Trump. Stuns people that they're not racist, bigoted morons. All of them. And I think some of the Dems are starting to realize if we keep pushing this shit, we're going to lose everything. Hello. But they're going to, as we brought up on the show several times, you can't keep pushing like this and expect anything good to happen to the Democrat Party. That they have to drop this identity politics thing. They have to stop calling everyone the most evil thing they can think of if they don't agree with them. But just maybe a couple of Dems starting to figure it out. Looks like Fetterman might be realizing it too.
I don't think he'll run for re-election as a Democrat.
You think he'll run at all?
Yeah, I think he'll run as an independent.
Think he's got a chance of winning on a third party ticket?
I do.
Okay.
And especially, I think he's probably going to win some Republican votes because of the way he's more of a common sense person than a party line person.
Okay. Yes and no. He'll take some votes from what is considered the right now,
Uh-huh.
but that's because they were never actually right wing. They were shunned from the left for disagreeing with one thing that the left does.
Okay.
I don't know. Have you seen the ideology map that's come out recently?
No.
It's a picture of the right and the left, and there's this big giant red ball of all the different ideas and arguments going on. And it's like, okay, well, that is actually left and right there, but they're all being considered right wing. And then you go to the left, and it's way over the left. It narrows way down to like almost a single point of left wing thought. And as soon as you don't agree with any point, you're automatically a far right extremist Nazi. And it's like, all right, well, did you find it?
No, I wasn't really
Oh,
looking.
sorry, when you said okay, I thought you had it. But yeah, it's like, no, dude, just because I don't think that men can have babies doesn't mean I'm a Nazi. Okay? All right. You're the one who loves The View, Brian. Tell me what The View thinks about the shutdown.
Okay. Let me see what I got going here. I was trying to find the right wing map, but
Oh, sorry.
No, it's all good. I'm sure there's video for this. Oh, yes, there is. Everybody's favorite person.
Johnny Austin or Whoopi?
Joy Behar.
Oh, good God. Of course it is.
Let me get through my DuckDuckGo ad. Or Google.
Nice.
Which should I use? DuckDuckGo or Google?
I use them both. I'll typically use Google first, but then if I
use
know
DuckDuckGo
Google's-
first, then switch over to Google.
when I know Google's not giving me a story that I know is out there, I'll check DuckDuckGo. Well, like I've had to type in an entire article headline and the newspapers from to get it to show up on Google before.
Yeah, because it's being hidden.
But yeah, go on to DuckDuckGo and it pops right up with a couple words from the title. All right, let's see what Joy has to say.
You know, in your district, call them on the phone.
Well,
tell
call
them
your
how you
member
feel.
of Congress, though, because Democrats have power in this. I don't get the just giving away your power, shutting everything down. Well, Trump is doing everything that he wants to. He's flying all over the world.
Party
You
owns
gotta do
everything,
something.
Alyssa.
But
they own everything,
okay, but what has the shutdown
including the
accomplished?
Supreme Court.
What
Come
has the
on.
shutdown accomplished?
Well, they haven't taken away a lot of the stuff they're planning to yet. So that's what it's accomplished. Maybe it's making it longer. Maybe it's making
What
it
the fuck
take
is her
more
hair?
time, but people are
I
starting
was
to get
wondering the
pissed
same
about
thing.
it.
She looks like a fucking goat, a
I'm
ram.
putting it on those folks in Washington because nothing you can
Maybe
do about
Dodge
it
is
right
a
now, but
sponsor of The View.
they can- but
Possibly,
they'll only fix
possibly.
it if it's getting to their pockets.
Big Whoopi Goldberg on your hood.
All right, I think that's it.
Yeah. But she at least had a good point. Was it Anna Navarro or at least said something like,
Yeah.
what good
Well,
has it
she's
done to
the
Democrats?
quote unquote Republican, isn't she?
None of them,
Are real Republicans.
all of them are further left than me.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I refuse to register Republican. And that's what I'm talking. That's what I'm talking about is,
You don't have to
like-
register, you just got to vote.
no, but everyone who's not fucking retarded fits into this big bubble here, right?
Yeah.
And then way over here, you have retarded. And if you're not one of the retards in retarded, then you're far right. It's like, no. You're retarded. We're talking about how we're going to fund the defense because we might be going to war with Venezuela here. You're trying to figure out how many free lollipops you're going to get when you get off the fucking pony ride. You know?
I never got a free lollipop ride when I got a pony ride.
Well, that's because you're not fucking retarded. Oh my God. Okay. Whew. I don't know anything about this Bo Snerdley thing. I have the most trouble reading these Bo Snerdley things.
All right.
And typically I can get them open, but there's a couple you share that won't even let me open them because they're like local newspapers. I'm like, I don't know. But he's talking about how the Democrats made Obamacare so expensive that we had to shut down the government, right?
Well, no, I mean, he's just reiterating, this article's reiterating that the Dems snuck through these COVID subsidies. And
that was supposed to last a couple of years.
Yeah. And if Obamacare was really affordable care, why do we need all the subsidies in the world to make it affordable?
Oh, by the way, we mentioned this before, how I said something about how you got fined. And you said that never went through.
Oh yeah,
You're
yeah.
right. You're right, but didn't they change the verbiage to make it a tax instead to make it legal?
They had to. Yeah, they had.
Yeah, so you're still getting fined. They just call it a tax now, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Health insurance is cheaper for everyone, but if you can't afford it, we're gonna freaking hit you and make you owe us extra money. Like what? So now if I do get hurt, I can't even afford to reach in my pocket and pay for my bone setting. And yeah, like you said, they added all this stuff for the Affordable Care Act that I'm sorry, for COVID, which is over, right?
Yeah.
So that extra money should go away, and this is what the Democrats
and
are shutting the government down.
this is why the Dems want this to be put back in place before they agree to open the government, whereas Trump and the Republicans are saying no, open the government, and then we'll talk about doing something with this.
Yeah, exactly. It's supposed to be, you're supposed to negotiate this shit and fix it, not hold the freaking people hostage.
Yeah.
And make them pissed off.
Well, I mean, I think the Dems were fully expecting the Republicans to cave as they have for the last 20 decades.
Well, 20 decades.
You know what I mean? For a long time, the Republicans have always caved. And that's why, you and I have some disdain for Republicans overall, especially rhinos.
Yes.
But that's not happening right now, so we'll see.
Well, I think that's a big problem is they keep trying to treat Trump and this new MAGA thing because Trump is no traditional Republican or conservative by any means. And neither is most of his
10 years ago, he wasn't even a politician.
And he was a freaking registered Democrat in New York.
Exactly.
Like, you're telling me a liberal Democrat from 2000 New York is a far-right extremist now? That tells me that something fucking crazy happened to everything else.
Yep.
Dear God, like, how many times did Oprah ask Trump to run for president?
A lot.
And then he does. Oh, he's on the wrong ticket.
So he's dead to me.
Yeah, not just that, he's Hitler.
Yep.
The guy that I used Hillary Clinton made it a point to be at his wedding.
Which one?
Yeah, the most recent one.
Oh, okay.
And it gets me because then people say shit and you point things out to them. And
that
they just
deny
they deny reality. And I'm like, that dude Sean was talking shit about Trump again. And I was like, hey, don't forget, you never talk shit about Biden, but he actually gave the eulogy to the Grand Wizard of the Ku Klux Klan. He's like, no, it didn't. I was like, yes, he did. The guy's name was Robert Byrd. He was a senator from West Virginia back in the day. Way back when West Virginia was a Democrat predominantly before they quickly came through swing state into right wing, which I wouldn't even call them right wing. But by modern standards, again, if you're not fucking retarded, you're right wing. I mean, we got purple-haired people here. We got all that, all the quote weirdos and freaks, and nobody's giving them a hard time at all. So I mean, I don't know. it seems like all this violence I'm hearing about all the time against these people is happening in these Dem cities too. But yeah, it's just yeah, and again, yeah, they just deny that Biden gave Robert Byrd's eulogy, you know?
Right.
Like, I don't even know who that is. I'm like, he was a fucking senator.
And he was a Grand Ku Klux Klan member.
Yeah, he was the Grand Wizard or Grand Dragon or whatever they
Whatever
call that
the
guy.
hell they call. I don't know. I've never been in the Ku Klux Klan, so I don't know all the
Yeah.
terminology.
Yeah, and it's just like, wow, dude. And he said no idea. And this funeral was like right before Biden took office, wasn't it? Like under Trump's administration, I think, right? First administration?
I don't.
Or was it before that?
No, I think it was before that.
Okay. Maybe.
You should know. He's your senator.
He was dead before I moved to West Virginia, okay? And when you were taking the leak, I mentioned that he was the former senator of West Virginia back when West Virginia voted Democrat, but then the entire freaking party got retarded. And now apparently West Virginia is far right, even though nothing has changed.
Right.
It's just rural suburbia America. Not even suburbia, rural. With the occasional city. Shit. It's funny because the nearest community to me, well, nearest community is technically still unincorporated, but nearest government is a city. And I'm like, why are you guys a city? Well, because we want to do like a government. I was like, why aren't you a town? And they looked at me like I was crazy. Like, what's the difference? And I tried to explain to some of the folks. And it turns out because nobody wanted to drive 2 hours or an hour and a half to go to a town hall meeting. Because, well, I graduated with more people than that live in the nearest city.
Right. Well, I agree. I doubt if I did. I had 30 people in my graduating class.
Well, then there's more people here, but I graduated with 500. But I also had 4 towns in my school.
Right.
You know. Anyway.
The next thing that the Dems are freaking out about is that the Pentagon has accepted a $130 million donation to pay for the military for their next paycheck.
Why? Why does that bother people?
Because they think it's against the law to be able to do that.
I can't reach into my pocket and hand everyone who's enlisted money.
Nope.
Well, I just.
Well, it's also backfiring on the Dems because they're wanting it to hit the everyday person to, like, you know. Right now, the only people if this keeps going through, which I don't know how many more paydays this will happen for, but you know, the people that are really getting hurt the most are the unionized government workers in DC.
Because they won't get back pay.
They will.
They're just not working.
Well, they're going to get back pay eventually, but they're not getting paid right now. So,
well, typically speaking, your contractors just stop working when they're not getting paid because they're not government employees.
Yeah, those people. But the government employees know they're going to get back pay at some point, but they got bills to pay now. So if they're living paycheck to paycheck with paychecks, what are they doing right now?
Yeah, but I'm telling you, who's hurt more by that than those folks is the guy who paves roads, doing it for the federal government on the interstate system. And now all of a sudden he's not working while the shutdown's happening because the company he worked for is contracted by the government.
Right.
He's not even going to get back pay. He has no work. And if he finds another job, he might have to quit in 3 days right after he gets the job.
Right.
I'm telling you, that guy is hurt more. Grant, you can go into the food stamp folk and all that stuff, but that's a different argument altogether. Talk about like people who are actually bringing in money and supporting their household may not be able to. And the Democrats at every turn make every effort they can to make sure nobody gets paid.
Right. I mean, they brought up different bills to pay the military. They brought up the actual Defense Authorization Act.
Yeah, we have emergency
that's signed
funds.
into place. That would fund the military, Department of War, for the next year, but they won't even agree to sign. The Senate Democrats won't even agree to vote for that. So
it won't even have a vote on it. Yeah, it was some anonymous donor, and the guy's name comes up in this next article. I mean, if he had $130 million for
I thought it
his
might have
pocket,
been Elon Musk.
Timothy Mellon. That's what I thought right away, honestly.
I've never heard of Timothy Mellon. But
Neither have I, but for all I know, he just owns a ton of stock and did really well, or Bitcoin made it rich or something goofy. You never know, right?
uh,
All right. Yeah, and now the Republicans just brought a bill up to the floor that would continue to pay workers during the shutdown.
yeah,
Democrats shut that down too.
essential workers, not every worker, but essential workers.
Yes, the people that are actually show up to
TSA,
work.
the military, the people that are actually still going to work right now.
Yes, and the Democrats shut that down too.
Of course they did.
They want this to hurt people, and it's obvious they want it to hurt. Let's be real. When you were in E3, missing a couple paychecks would have sucked, but you could have stayed on the ship and eaten and slept there, right?
Well, also, I was listening to a podcast today from the VFW, and all the military relief societies are, they're planning for a few more paydays of shutdowns, and they're handing out money to these people, sometimes as a loan, sometimes as a grant. So
The VFW does podcasts.
yeah, they have a podcast.
Interesting.
Everybody has a podcast.
I know, even we do.
Yeah,
That's just-
we
that's
had
just-
ours longer than the VFW.
Well, it's funny. I've said that people are like, "Oh yeah, I listen to this podcast." Like, everyone's got a podcast. Oh, really? Do you? I was like, "Yes, I
Yes,
do."
I do.
Everyone has a podcast. But you should contact the VFW seriously. See if you can't get them to set up some kind of like server system
Mhm.
and have members or even just vets post their own podcast onto it and let other vets and VFW members go find them. Might be a way to get the word out.
I think the
for
VA
veterans
has.
speaking up.
I think something like that exists out there already. So
Well, then maybe we should find out how to sign up and get our stuff out there. Some vets might enjoy listening to us,
I'll look into it.
especially if we started doing that. We could stop explaining what a C-Wiz or a 5-inch gun is. You know,
Yeah, they'll all understand that.
a 25 mic, like a what? Ah. By the way, you ever get to fire that 25 mic?
No.
Oh my God, dude. It's like firing fucking beer cans out of that thing at 100 rounds a minute. Just boom, 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 double barrels firing off with the shoulder straps. Oh, made my pants a little tight, if you know what I mean. All right. Whew. This one, if this is true, I think I'm upset, but I'm not sure. I want to hear all that's going on, but they're saying the Trump administration is looking to sell off the commissaries, like the exchanges.
No, just commissaries.
So the NEX will still exist.
Yeah.
Or be
And the commissaries
public.
still exist too, but it would be run
by
by a
Walmart
private corporation, by like Kroger, Walmart, whoever wins the contract, whoever buys them.
And you get basically wholesale prices at the commissary, right?
Yeah, with like a service fee that they use to spend money to remodel places,
Yeah.
and
They have to
keep
bring in
things up.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember I used to, for a while there, I made it a point to buy my smokes on base. Actually, I think it was until after I left Virginia because it was still tax-free on tobacco at the exchange.
It still is. But
I thought they put a tax
they've
on it.
raised the prices on them,
Oh,
Yeah, it's still tax free.
because I remember you'd go off base, it would be like $4 more for a pack. You're like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Yeah. Luckily my wife quit smoking a few years back. It saved me a ton of money.
Yeah. Oh, it is insanely expensive. I know it looks like I smoke like 5 packs a day the way I do on the show. It's sitting here talking to a buddy, sometimes multiple buddies, drinking beers,
Yeah.
but typically a pack will last me 2.5, 3 days, but it's still expensive as fuck.
Yep.
And dude, West Virginia is cheap on cigarettes. I'll pay like $10.50 a pack.
That's too expensive. Last time I bought the generic cigarettes for my wife in York County, it was like $40 a carton.
That's 10 packs. Yeah. Well, Massachusetts, I was paying over $17 a pack.
Yeah, you can't even get menthols there.
I thought that went nationwide. No, that was just Mass. I thought it was
Just
no flavored
Mass.
tobacco. Oh,
You can still get Newports in Virginia.
yeah, that's a good point. I've seen flavored dip down here. So it must not have been a nationwide thing. Which I remember making a big deal of this working in the pot shops. Like I can't buy flavored tobacco products like sour apple skull, right?
Yeah.
Because it might entice kids, but I can get gummy bears full of pot.
Yep. Makes
You
total
know?
sense to me.
I was like, I remember my manager was like, "Shut the fuck up! Someone's gonna hear you, and then they won't let us sell these either." I was like, it just blows my mind. Was looking at the government, the decisions they're making, especially in places like Massachusetts. It's like there's no logic to what they're doing. It's all by emotion, you know.
So apparently, we picked up some survivors from the latest airstrike in Caribbean.
Not necessarily the latest. When this article was written, it
I
was the
know
latest.
it's not the latest. We've struck again, and we've even deployed a carrier down there now.
Oh, strike group.
Yep. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Carriers never go by themselves.
True. But yeah, we picked up some survivors and we've returned them to like Colombia and another nation down there.
And
I was like,
we're
these guys
also
were
attacking that drug vessels on the Pacific side now.
yes, just corn up there. And by the way, this strike group that's going down to the Caribbean, this was announced like one day before Trump said he was seriously considering making inland strikes on the cartels, which
On the
means
cocaine facilities inside Venezuela.
yeah, that means striking Venezuela with if Venezuela does not give us permission to do this, this could cause a lot of issues.
You think Trump cares?
No, but
The war on
I don't.
drugs is real now.
That's exactly what I say. It got real, but they might. Dear God, what would honestly happen if Venezuela declared war on the United States?
Nothing.
Yeah, would we even respond to it, or?
I highly doubt it.
No, like, seriously,
I'm not scared of Venezuela.
We wouldn't even bother wiping out their government. Like, all right, shut the fuck up, get back to work. So you don't think they have any allies that would step in on their side? Like, you don't think Russia would find this an excuse?
No, because Russia does not want to go into conflict with us because if they did that, we're going to support Ukraine more.
And
And they
actually
don't
get
really
no
want
conflict with
that.
Russia.
Yeah.
Yeah. And could you imagine Russia getting hit from their east coast too? As well as
Exactly.
their western land borders? Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe you're right. Maybe literally nothing happens if they declare war on the states and Trump literally just laughs at them.
Yeah.
By the way, did you see that meme of the No Kings protest thing that Trump did from the 22?
No.
Oh my God. He's flying a 22 with a freaking crown on, right? With the purple robes. On the bottom of the 22, there's one giant turd bomb. And he took a shit on all the protesters doing the No Kings protest. And it was great because I don't know if you know who Harry Sisson is. He's a left-wing podcaster. He's been on a bunch of cable news shows, whatever.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah, we talked about him before. But he was doing something on the news about it, and Trump they actually used the footage of his interview and dropped the shit on his head and went all over. He's like, "Oh," with AI. Oh, it's fucking hilarious. And like Jon Stewart, all these guys like, "I'm offended as a comedian. This just isn't funny." I was like, "No." He took a shit on all of them at once. It was freaking great
It was pretty funny.
with his crown on. By the way, I just want to thank the Democrats one more time here. For a minute there, I thought we were going to have a king depose the president of the United States. Thank you thank you, Democrats, for making sure President Trump stayed in office and some socialist king didn't take over.
All right.
Want to make sure I put that out there. Okay.
It would have been a
This was-
queen, wouldn't it?
What's that?
It would have been a queen, not a king.
If Mom Donnie took over?
Oh, Kamala Harris.
Well, I said a communist, or a socialist, but
I'm sure she's socialist too.
yeah, she's whatever she needs to be to win office, right? I mean, she'll even lay on her back to take office.
Well, that's the only way she wins.
This next one I was surprised by a little bit. Mexico had this fentanyl kingpin in custody, right?
Yeah.
It's wanted by the U.S. and Mexico. I want to say he's Asian, but I'm not sure off the top of my head. A couple days since I read this. Anyway, he escaped
Surprise, surprise! He got out of Mexican house arrest.
Yeah, he
I
got
can't
out of...
believe it.
Yeah. And Cuba picked him up.
And they're going to give him to us?
Probably not us. Maybe Mexico. They're trying to figure out what's going on.
I think he bought his way out of Mexico, so I don't think he's going back to Mexico.
That's exactly what I think is going on. And Cuba's looking to see if there's a reward. Well, I might get a $500,000 American. All right. You see any shit about this Reagan ad up in Canada?
I did. Let me see if I can find an ad.
Oh, I didn't even think of bringing up the actual ad. But the prime minister up there, I can never remember his name. Made an AI like deep fake video of Reagan talking trash about tariffs. Find it? Oh, sorry, I thought you did. Yeah, but it's Reagan talking trash for all these tariffs, and it's like that never happened.
Right.
And it was clear it didn't happen. And I'm guessing you can't find it.
I'm still looking.
Right. No, it's all right.
If I don't find it, I don't find it.
That's all right. Well, Trump didn't like these commercials and ended all trade negotiations with Canada. And just about right away, they called off these commercials, stopped it like, oh shit, we fucked up. Apparently the Canadians didn't realize we could see their communications. Good job, Canada, right? And not only did Trump cut off trade, and then Canada's like, okay, we're sorry, we'll fix it. Instead of Trump saying it's okay, he went and raised the tariffs by another 10% on Canada.
Yep.
Guys, all you gotta do is not be dickheads, right?
Yep. And I thought the Canadian leader already blinked on this too.
He did. That's when he's like, okay, and took down all the commercials. I was like, let's negotiate. And Trump was like, all right, we will, but until we're done, there's an extra 10% on everything because you guys are fucking assholes. I got nothing against this, honestly, right?
No. People aren't the world ain't used to this kind of shit.
Yeah,
they're not used to
ridiculous.
A president of the United States doing what he says he's going to do.
Yeah, oh, he's actually doing something. Oh, that's surprising.
Usually it's all talk and no action.
Almost entirely. But let's see if I can't figure out how to make this shit work. Oh, Jesus Christ. Probably not. You know what I can do, though? I'll just give you the sound here. Oh, Jesus Christ. Maybe not. Oh, there we go. This is just, I think a lot of the world has gone to this point. I even put it on Facebook recently. I think everyone's about to find out. And even the repeat offender asked me what I meant by find out when I put capital F, capital O for find out. Just give this a listen and it'll explain.
All right, today we're going to talk about how we can find out and how much we can find out and what it takes to get there. So first we have to decide how much do we want to find out. So let's say in this case, I want to find out at a level of 7. Okay, so I find that level on my graph and I come horizontally to my gradient line. Where it intersects with my gradient line, I'm going to come straight down to where it intersects with my fuck around line. That there is going to tell me how much I have to fuck around to find out what I need to find out. See, as you can see, the more you fuck around, the more you're going to find out.
I wish I could have got a good video of it, but it was like a little short. That was a vertical thing. But the guy's got like a graph in front of him with like a diagonal line through from 0 up, and then XY axis. He's like, oh, I want to find out this much, and you can come across, boom, that's how much. And I think that's exactly what's going on is everyone's fucking around.
Yeah.
Left and right.
And they're used to it, because
boom, there's the thing. They're used to it.
Prior to Trump,
you got away with it.
Everybody got away with it. Even Republican, Democrat didn't matter. Nope. There was more talk than actual action.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. Yeah, whatever. Before we move into leftovers, of course, Brian's going to go take off as we're getting ready to close up here soon. But that's all right. A U.S. mine. I shouldn't even say a U.S. mine. A study was done on U.S. mines, primarily nickel and iron, and some of the gold mines, because that's basically what we mine here in the United States, in coal. But they found out that the waste from the ore, basically they go in the ground, they dig up, they pull up hunks of stone, which is ore, and they break that apart and take out what they want, and then everything left over is waste. And they've been throwing this up in a giant pile because it's and leaving it alone because it might be dangerous. Some of it is dangerous. You don't know what else is in there because they didn't bother looking for it because they weren't looking to collect it. And they're finding out now that each U.S. mine, the waste alone, has enough rare earth minerals in it to fuel the entire United States. This is awesome. It's going to cost a little bit of money and a little bit of time, take some time to figure out how to pull these minerals out. But if we can go to all these active mines and even these old mines that have their waste laying around and pull the rare earth minerals out of them.
Worry about your deal with the Ukraine
or China.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I say China, really Taiwan, but China's just waiting for that opportunity, aren't they?
They're not going to do it while Trump's in office.
Probably not. But if we see a Venezuelan ship actually attack an American ship, I got a feeling the repercussions that Trump would unleash would be so brutal that would be China's chance to act, as long as they did it right away. If they waited at all, it's too late. You have to make sure that they're busy. But what was it in the 90s? Was it, I think, the United States destroyed half of the Iranian fleet in under 8 hours. There's actually a video out there the Fat Electrician does. I think it's called something like that. U.S. wipes out half of Iran's navy in 8 hours. Everyone should check that out. Everyone should check out the Fat Electrician, but particularly that video. And there's like 100 reaction videos to that. Anything in leftovers you want to talk about? It's not in here, but do you hear anything about that Swedish girl that was raped?
No. Tell me about her.
I think she was 16, maybe the rapist was 16. Either way, she was younger than the rapist. I know that. In Sweden, illegal immigrant. And Sweden decided not to deport this person after they served their sentence because the crime, quote, didn't take long enough. So this guy's a one-pump chump, so we're not going to deport you for rape. Blew my mind. Good job, Sweden. How's staying neutral treating you over there, huh?
It's not working well because they're not really neutral anymore.
No, they may as well join NATO for real, right?
Yeah. I mean, the only other story that I would probably bring up is because I know you've been overseas and I've been overseas, is the complaints in Dearborn, Michigan, where Yeah, exactly. Well, that's not the call to prayer, I don't think, but
No, but you I've heard it before in Turkey. Trust me.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
crap,
like
I
5
pissed off-
times a day.
I
But
pissed off our software. It's offering me audio settings now.
but yeah, I mean, there's multiple mosques in Dearborn because there's a huge Muslim population there.
Isn't that where the governor or the mayor,
The mayor is
like
Muslim.
cussed out one of the citizens for being Christian, and she's going to
Yeah.
cheer the day he left?
Yeah. Yeah.
What's
And
going on in Michigan, Brian?
the Muslims are taking over.
Is that Whitmer's fault?
No, she's not running
No?
for it. She's term limited out now, so somebody else is coming in. But yeah, so we've got Musk playing the songs 5 times a day, sometimes at different parts of the city, and the residents who aren't all Muslim are not happy about it.
Yeah, and I know better, and I know you know better, Brian, but let's pull out a left-wing argument here. Whatever happened to the separation of church and state?
Exactly.
Now, you and I know better than
There is no such thing as church and state.
It just says the government will not set up a religion. But you broadcasting call to prayer is setting up
Sounds
an
like
official
Dearborn
religion.
has set up a religious state in the city.
Yeah. And here's the problem, and I'm guilty of it myself. People that aren't, once again, fucking retarded tend to leave. But the problem is you leave the fucking retards behind with no one to keep them in check anymore.
Yeah.
And their echo chamber gets stronger and stronger and stronger. And then all of a sudden you end up with a community of people kicking Christians out of their communities.
Right.
Jeez. Look, I want to send some of these lefties up to Dearborn and make them march around with their purple hair and their pride flag on their jacket.
That's not going to go over well in Dearborn.
Yeah, and make sure, oh, you're all so oppressed. You're such a minority of people, even though you're like almost a third of the population of the fucking planet.
There's probably not even any gays in Dearborn.
If they are, they're closeted Christians or atheists. Christianity may not smile upon homosexuality, but they're not going to kill you for it.
No, you're not dying for it,
Well, we're all fucking sinners, dude.
Yeah.
I did want to bring up this NBA gambling scandal. Did you hear anything about this?
Yes, I did.
Did
I
you
don't know who
see
this person was, but I guarantee that there's bigger fish to fry in this whole thing.
Oh, way bigger. Chauncey Billups is one that was mentioned. Terry Rozier or something. I don't know. I think it's French.
I'm not a big. I don't watch a lot of NBA, so
neither do I. But more than 30 people have been indicted. Gambling scandals, and it's not all sports betting, which some of it is.
They were rigging pro poker games too.
That was the big one, and actually, I just had the article open. I closed it because I was like, "Oh, I already got what I wanted." Did you see some of the names? I don't know how much of this you actually read. See if I can't find it. Miami Heat, Damon Jones, Kash Patel. I can't. I don't. Well, it's in here somewhere. It's in here somewhere anyway. The Gambini family.
Yeah, they're saying that a lot of these poker games might have been run by the mob.
Well, not just the Gambinos, but also the Gervaises. Genovese. Fuck. Young woman, I want to say 80s, maybe late 70s, New York City. She was raped and stabbed. Kitty Genovese. And everyone just left her there to die on the stoop and wouldn't let her in the building. And it turned out to be like the mob boss's daughter. But yeah, they're involved in it. And yeah, it's a card game thing.
Yeah.
They invite people out to come play cards because like, oh, professional athlete will be there. You know, cool, I'll go. And then they cheat and rip you off. And this is the problem with the mafia on this is they're fucking stupid. They must vote Democrat because they're fucking retarded because the house always wins. You don't need to cheat in a casino to make money in a gambling ring.
No,
The
well,
odds are already-
poker, there's no house. There's no house edge in poker, so
No, the
anybody
house
can win
just
in
gets a
poker.
cut. No, the
Yeah.
house just gets a cut of the pot.
Mm-hmm.
Why not just keep doing that? I mean, I guess if you're doing an illegal gambling operation, it's different. But like, that's why you don't see cheating in real casinos. It's not worth it. They're going to make a ton of money anyway.
Well, people card count, and then they get kicked out whether they're cheating or not. So,
Wow.
if people start winning a ton of money in the casino, they just say, "Hey, you can't play here no more because we feel like we're card counting."
We haven't seen that in a while. Typically, that's a lucky streak, and they'll hook you up with like free food and a place to stay.
Not
Hopefully you stay
forever.
and hope you stay and lose all that money back to the casino. But let's be real, dude. You own a casino. Let's say you own what's the one in Jersey there? Mohegan Sun.
Uh-huh.
No, that's in Massachusetts, isn't it?
That's in Connecticut.
Oh, okay, just south of Massachusetts. I'm sorry. Oh my God. What's the one in New Jersey? The big one.
I don't know.
Oh, that's gonna drive me nuts. Okay, but anyway. You own the place, right? I forgot where I was going with this. Oh, someone wins $1 million bet, right?
Yep.
You're coming out with you're coming out with a whole crew of guys congratulating this guy with a big giant fake check and all that stuff. So everyone around sees that you can win a ton of money and they keep gambling and lose their money. You know?
Yeah.
Foxwoods the one in Massachusetts. Mohegan Sun's just south. Atlantic City?
That's not New Jersey. Atlantic City is in New Jersey, but yeah, okay.
Isn't there an Atlantic City casino in Jersey? No?
Yeah, Atlantic City is in New Jersey, so that'd be where they're at.
All right, because I knew there was one up there somewhere where other New Yorkers used to go. But gambling's become a do it wherever the hell you want thing these days, which is
Trump
crazy.
used to own casinos in New York, in Atlantic City, but they're all gone now.
Yeah, how did he lose money in casinos? Like, for real.
I don't know.
I mean, slot machines alone, you should have brought that money back in. And I'm not a big gambler, but I do enjoy sitting at the table once in a while.
Yeah, I like
when
playing
I-
blackjack when I had money back in the day.
Blackjack is a great way to lose money very quickly. But it is fun, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Dude, we went to the gambling part of a cruise when I went on the cruise with the wife. She decided to place like a $20 bet at roulette, right?
Uh-huh.
She fucking hit 0 on a roulette wheel for $20. And I just looked at it like, do you have any idea what just happened? She's like, I won. And I was like, do you understand the odds?
Yeah.
And I was like, so what are you gonna do with it? She didn't even count her chips, didn't even look up, just slid them over to 00.
Wow.
I was like, no, don't do that. And then it hit fucking 00.
Oh man.
Yeah, and I was like, I'm shutting the fuck up and walking away. She ended up cashing out after that, and she's like, I had no idea. I won like thousands of dollars on a $20 bet. And I was like, it's like you hit a 0, then hit a 00 on a roulette wheel. The payout's insane.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I was like, and I was sitting there for 3 hours at the craps table, and I was like $5 up from where I started. You know what I mean? Playing craps. Like, all right, I'm gonna go over here and move this. I'm gonna bet that. You know, I'm betting they're gonna crap out.
Yep.
Craps is your best odds, but there's so much game going on at once. It's very difficult to understand. It's more difficult to understand than a hold'em or
I tried to
most of
learn
these card games.
craps and I never could figure it out. I mean, I did it for a while. I paid the dealer there tried to teach me, and I just couldn't figure it out.
Yeah, there's just too many bets you could place at once, right?
Yeah.
At one point, I just started betting like if it's gonna be doubles or if it's gonna add up to more than 6, or you know what I mean. Anyway, that's all you want to talk about?
I think so. Let me look here again real quick. Yeah, I'm fine with that. That's
All
good.
right.
Just want to talk about peanut allergies.
Oh, talk about who?
Peanut allergies.
Oh, almost put this in follow-up, actually. I'm surprised I missed it. We've talked about this before, how the
Yes,
reason
I
why
have.
everyone's allergic to all this shit is because you don't feed it to their kids, and then they have it when they're 12 and their freaking heart stops.
Yep.
Turns out we were all right. The study came out. The fact that you were terrified to give your kids peanuts is why they're allergic to them. Their body never had a chance to
Absorb
this stuff and handle it. Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Let's finish this turd off.
All right.